Hey, have you ever done any of the following? Work for a client who belittles you or pays you poorly? Have you ever accepted jobs that bore you to death? Stay in a particular industry that you're no longer enjoying it? Continue to read a book or watch a TV series that you don't like? Stay stuck in the dead-end job when really you'd rather be writing or playing? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are likely the victim of what economists call sunk cost. You've probably already heard of the term because it's used in news stories, books, or blog posts all the time. But basically, it refers to the idea of spending time, money, or emotional energy on something that isn't giving you enough back. Think of the person who stays with a bad boyfriend or girlfriend for 10 years only because they've already spent so much time with that person. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman noted that in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, how sunk costs exert a terrible influence on us. Basically, human beings are designed to find the threat of losses to be a much more significant motivator than the promise of gains, even big ones. For example, research has shown that when people are offered a chance to accept or reject a gamble, most of them refuse to make a bet unless the possible payoff is double of the potential loss. The big downside of this human tendency to protect what we have is that we try to avoid change at most cost. That job you have, even though you hate it, seems much more secure than the iffy prospects of becoming a business owner. That client that you just can't stand seems much more bearable than looking out for a new one. That manufacturer you've spent months with on R&D, and even though they've failed you many times, you are reluctant to find a new manufacturer. And that's also the reason why many business owners put up with bad employees for much longer than they should. Or an aspiring entrepreneurs who refuse to pivot their business idea even when it's just not viable. The thousands of dollars you spend on the fit out of your shops seems too expensive to give up, even though your online sales has far exceeded your offline sales and is losing money. So some costs are holding you back with your business or anything else. If that's you, here are 4 steps you can take. Number 1, document what you've learned from the project or situation or a relationship. So let's say you've spent 10 hours or 10 months or even 10 years doing something that is no longer serving or working out for you. But it's totally unlikely that you gain nothing from the experience. So pick up a pen and paper and just document what you've learned. And if you are a digital person, just open up your note app and just type away. Was there any life lessons? Was there any new skills, better understanding, new connections? So even if the cost is sunk, you can continue to reap the benefit of that investment, and that would definitely help you to move on knowing that. Number 2, analyze your choices. Now is the time to really figure out why you invested in the sunk cost in the first place. Try asking yourself questions like, how is holding on still serving me or affecting me? What might happen when I let go of this situation? Which risk is greater, moving forward or hanging on? And be brutally honest with yourself. Number 3, focus on the best case scenario. Fear of the unknown is powerful. So when you're ready to let go of sunk costs, focus on the good things that are likely to happen. How you think will influence what you experience. So think positively and of course, plan diligently for your future success. Number 4, take a deep breath and let it go. Yes, you will be losing something, but without the loss, you will miss the opportunity for future gain. So to bridge the transition between these two worlds, try to document the ways in which you're grateful for the past experiences or the expense, be it money, time, or effort. And really describe why you're grateful to be letting it go. What new doors that will open for you, what emotional burden that will be lifted. And our society tends to measure everything in dollars, so we are extra resistant to any action that appears to cost us money. As well, most of us don't like to regard ourselves as just stupid or wasteful. Here's an example of sunk costs that I encounter all the time with entrepreneurs. And I find some business owners tend to resist the notion of using an automated sales funnel to drive leads and sales to the business. They tend to view their current system, which in truth usually isn't much of a system, to be less troublesome than the idea of learning new ways of doing things, even when the new system would allow them to do less eventually. Mainly because of fear of the unknown, because change often brings uncertainty, which can be scary for business owners, right? They may worry about the potential consequences of making changes, especially if the changes are significant. Or they might worry about the cost. Implementing changes in business can sometimes be expensive, both in terms of time and money. And business owners may also be reluctant to invest resources into something that may not provide return on investment, or it might require significant retraining of their employees. Lastly, they resist implementing an automated sales funnels because of the lack of expertise. Business owners are sometimes hesitant to make changes because they don't have the necessary expertise or experience to know how to implement these systems effectively. Inevitably, however, when I persuade them to make the change, they often report back how quickly growth can happen for them in terms of revenue, and how many hours of time that they save, and how grateful they are to be using the new system. And this example is a good reminder that sticking with a plan, even when it no longer serves us, can cost us in other ways. We spend time doing things that we don't like. We often do them badly. We waste emotional energy. And most troublingly, we miss new opportunities. So don't let the fear of sunk costs hold you back from your business or anything else. And if you'd like to move away from getting leads and sales manually, such as picking up the phone, cold calling, and just following up until someone buys or ghosts you, and want to explore building an automated and scalable sales generating machine, then head over to www.momboss.academy/sales machine, or just click in the link in the description. Until next time, take care, and you can do this, Mom Bosses.